In this video, I am going to explain the concept of dynamic memory allocation in C programming. Basically, memory allocation is the process of allocating or reserving memory addresses for the variables which we have declared inside our program. We have two types of memory allocation. One is static, another one is dynamic. In static memory allocation, when we have declared variables, when compiler processes those declaration statement, it allocates memory addresses for the variables declared during compile time. Those process is called static memory allocation. In dynamic memory allocation, memory is allocated during the runtime or execution time of our program. This is the basic difference between static and dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so in static memory allocation, memory is allocated automatically by compiler. In dynamic memory allocation, if I want to allocate memory, I can make use of built-in function. Okay, this built-in function manually allocates the memory using the function malloc and calloc. For dynamic memory allocation, we use two functions, malloc and calloc. Okay, once the memory has been allocated, its size cannot be changed. That is the main property of this static memory allocation. In case of dynamic memory allocation, the size of the block or the memory block which we have allocated can be changed using this function called realloc. Size of the block of memory allocated can be changed in dynamic memory allocation. In case of static memory allocation, size of the memory cannot be changed. So we have discussed the difference between static and dynamic memory allocation. Then what is the need for dynamic memory allocation? For example, if we declare variable like this, that is int I. For integer data value, compiler allocates 4 bytes of memory which is reserved for this variable I. In case if I declare character array, that is name, at the maximum I can able to store 10 characters in this character array name. In that case, compiler will reserve a block of memory of 10 bytes for this character array, that is name. The difficulty here is if I store a string value in this character array which is of 5 characters. In that case, only 5 bytes will be used, remaining 5 bytes will be wasted. In case if I assigned a string value of 15 characters, then I cannot assign this value to this memory block since it contains only 10 bytes of memory. Okay, in this 15 characters cannot be stored. In that case, if I want to resize the memory allocated, it is not possible to resize the memory allocated. So that we are going in for this dynamic memory allocation, wherein we can able to allocate memory during runtime and also we can able to change the size of the memory block we have allocated. Okay, and then one more thing is if I use a data value, if I don't initially know the size of the data which I want to store. If I want to store a data value whose size I may not be knowing initially, in that case also I am opting for this dynamic memory allocation. That is the basic need for using dynamic memory allocation. For implementing this dynamic memory allocation, we are going to use built-in function like malloc, calloc, realloc and free. These were all the functions which is used for implementing this dynamic memory allocation. So we'll start with this malloc function. Basically, malloc function is a memory allocation function in C which is used to dynamically allocate, that is to allocate memory during runtime or execution time of our program. Okay, that is to allocate a single large block of memory of a specified size. Okay, the size of the memory block which we need to allocate during runtime is specified as function parameter to this malloc function. After allocating a single large block of memory of specified size, it returns the starting address or the memory address of the first byte which is allocated. So we have specified this pointer variable. It specifies the function is going to return the starting memory address of the allocated block of memory. Okay. So we'll discuss this malloc function in detail. What is the function parameters for malloc function? For example, if I declare a character array, okay, that is name, we need to specify the size of the array. Okay. During compile time, we need to specify the size of the array. In case if I use dynamic memory allocation, I may be intimating the size of the array during runtime or execution time of my program. Okay, so in that case, I can make use of this dynamic memory allocation. For example, if I am declaring an integer array called data, whose size I may not be knowing. I may be knowing the size only during execution time. For example, n is the size of this data array which stores the integer value. How to declare the memory addresses for this integer array using dynamic memory allocation, that is using this malloc function. If I use this malloc function, what is the function parameter for this malloc function? Size of the memory block which we need to allocate. In this, I am going to specify n. N will be known during the execution time of my program. It is size of my data array or the number of elements which I am going to store in this data array. It will be known during execution time. N multiplied by, to get this, I am going to use size of function, size of int. Basically, what is this size of function? Size of function is going to return the number of memory addresses used to store the built-in data type or the user-defined data type. For example, if I specify data type int, the size of function will return 4 bytes. That is, 4 bytes are used to store this integer value. If I use character, then it will return 1 byte, since 1 byte is used to store a character value. Size of function is going to return the number of memory addresses used to store this integer or character value or any other data type. See, here I am using this size of function. The size of function is going to return the number of memory addresses used to store this integer value, that is 4 into n. For example, if I want to store 10 different elements in this integer data, then n is 10, 10 into 4. Okay, that is 40 bytes of a memory block will be allocated and the starting address will be returned by this malloc function. Okay, so if I want to store the starting address, that is memory address, which is returned by this malloc function, definitely I need a pointer variable. Okay, so before assigning, so I am going to typecast, that is int star. What this typecasting is going to specify, this typecast specifies, it is malloc function is going to return a memory address which is pointing a integer value. That is the meaning of this typecasting. Okay, so using this malloc function, I can able to declare a memory addresses for array. Here I have declared a structure. Structure is employee. In this I have two data member, ID and name. Okay. If I want to store these data member, I am in need of 4 plus 20, 24 bytes of memory. Okay. If I want to allocate memory address for this structure during execution time, how to allocate? That is, I may allocate using this malloc function. What is the function parameter to this malloc function? Size of the memory block which we need to allocate. What is the size of the memory block? Is it 24? How to get using this size of function? Size of which I am in need of, size of this structure, that is employee. Okay. This function will return 24 bytes. since I need 24 bytes to store this value of this structure, that is employee. Okay. It is going to return after allocating 24 bytes of memory, the starting address will be returned. To store the starting address, I need a pointer variable, that to pointer variable of this structure, since it allocates the memory block to store the value of this data type, that is employee. Okay, so I have declared a pointer variable to this structure, that is S1. Okay, the memory address returned by malloc may be assigned to this pointer variable S1. Okay, before assigning values, I need to typecast. Okay, so what it returns, it is going to return a memory address of this structure employee. So typecasting specifies emp star. It specifies it is going to return a memory address which is going to point this structure, that is employee. Using this malloc function, during execution time, I may assign a block of memory for this value of this data type, that is structure employee. I have written a C program for getting n number of values of integer array and to make the sum of all the elements stored in my integer array. Okay, so let me trace how the program is going to execute. These first two statements will be processed by compiler during compilation time. So though these two statements are declaration statement, compiler will allocate memory addresses for the variable declared using static memory allocation. For example, we have declared variable n is a integer value, so it allocates 4 bytes of memory. For total also it allocates 4 bytes of memory. Total has assigned the initial value 0, so value 0 is stored in the memory address allocated for total. Okay, and then I, 4 bytes is allocated for variable I. Okay, and then max. Okay, so max is a pointer variable, 2 bytes are allocated to store this value of this pointer variable. Okay, among the variables declared, only total takes the initial value 0, so the value 0 is stored in the memory address allocated for this total. Okay, these two statements are processed by compiler during compilation time and memory addresses are allocated. During execution time, the execution starts from this printf function. It will print the message, enter the number of elements. Okay, so n is the number of elements in my array. Okay, so I will be knowing the value of this n during execution time of my program. That means length of the array will be known during execution time. For example, if I enter the value 3 for this n, 3 will be stored in the memory address allocated for this n. Okay, and then I am going to allocate a block of memory to store array values using this malloc function. Okay, so this what is the function parameter for this malloc function? Size of the memory block need to be reserved. Okay, so how I am getting size? It is n. What is n? N is 3 into size of int. What is this size of function? Size of function will return number of memory addresses used to store these integer value. Since I have specified int as parameter for this function, it will return 4. Since compiler reserves 4 bytes of memory to store this integer value. So 3 into 4, 12 bytes of memory block will be reserved. Okay, so starting from memory address, for example, if it is 2000, then 2000 to 2011. Okay, 12 consecutive memory addresses will be reserved by this malloc function and it returns the starting memory address, that is 2000. Okay, the 2000 is stored in this variable max. If we store memory address, max should be a pointer variable. See, in this declaration, max is prefixed by star, which specifies max is a pointer variable. So this 2000 is assigned here in the memory address allocated for this max. Okay, so before this we have typecasted. It specifies the malloc function is going to return a memory address which is going to point a integer value. That is the meaning of this typecasting. Okay, so after reserving the memory address, it executes the for loop. Okay, so in the for loop, initial value of I is 0. So I is assigned a initial value 0. It checks for the condition whether I is less than n. Definitely 0 is less than n. How long this for loop will get executed? Until this condition is satisfied. Okay, so then enter into this for loop. In the for loop, first statement is scanf statement. Okay, in the scanf statement, we are going to get an integer value. Since in this array we are going to store an integer value, we use this control string %d. Okay, so here we have not specified ampersand symbol. Normally when we use this scanf function, we'll be using ampersand symbol before this n. See here, meaning that if we get the integer value will be stored in the memory address allocated for this n. To get the memory address of n, we are using this ampersand symbol, this ampersand operator. Okay, see here we have not used this ampersand operator. Why? Because marks is a pointer variable which stores a memory address. Okay, so marks points a memory address, so no need to put this ampersand symbol. What is marks plus 0? It is 2000 plus 0. Value of I is 0. Okay, so whatever integer value I am getting, that is assigned to this memory address, that is 2000. Okay, so from 2000 to 2003, in the consecutive 4 bytes of memory, the integer value will be assigned. For example, if the scanf statement gets the integer value, that is 30, 30 will be assigned here. Next statement executed inside the for loop is total is equal to total plus star of marks plus I. What the star symbol specifies? It specifies the indirection operator. This indirection operator is going to fetch the value stored in this memory address, that is 2000. What is the value stored in this memory address 2000? That is 30. 30 is added to total. So 30 is added to total. Okay, and then control transfers back to the starting point of this for loop. Until this condition is satisfied, control again will jump back to the starting point. Okay, so again the scanf statement is executed. Now get a integer value and store it in the memory address marks plus I. Okay, next time I becomes 1. If we increment the memory address by 1, it will not be incremented by 1, but the number of bytes which is used to store the integer value. Since marks is pointing the memory address of the integer value, it will be incremented by that many numbers of bytes. That is 2000 plus 4. Okay, now it becomes 2004. Get the integer value and assign it in the memory address, that is 2004. Starting from memory address 2004 to 2007. If I get the integer value 20 using this scanf function, 20 is assigned to this memory address. Okay, the next statement is total is equal to total plus, okay, star of this marks plus I. Okay, now marks plus I is 2004. Get the value, this indirection operator is going to get the value in this memory address 2004, that is value 20. 20 is added to total. Okay, already total has value 30, along with 30, 20 is added. Now total becomes 50. Okay, again control jumps back to the starting point. Now value of I is 2. The third iteration, value of I is 2. It checks for the condition I is less than n. So I am getting inside this for loop. Inside this for loop, now marks plus I. Okay, value of I is 2 now. It will be 2008. If it is incremented by 2, 2 into 4 plus 8 will be added to this marks. Okay, so get a integer value and assign it in the memory address starting from 2008 to 2011. Sorry, 2008 to 2011. Okay, so if I get a integer value 9, okay, and the 9 is assigned to this memory address. The next statement executed is total is equal to total plus star of this marks plus I. That marks plus I is now 2008. Okay, so and then get the value stored in this memory address using this indirection operator. Indirection operator will fetch you the value stored in this memory address 2008. In 2008, I have stored the value 9. 9 is added to total now. Now total becomes 59. Okay, again it jumps back to the starting point of this for loop. Now I becomes 3. Okay. If we check for the condition is not satisfied. The condition is not satisfied, it comes out of the for loop. Okay, after for loop we have a statement printing value of total. What will be my output? Total is equal to, what is the value of total? 59 will be printed. Okay, so we have written a C program to declare a integer array and to allocate memory addresses for the integer array, that is starting address of my array, that is max. I need to allocate memory addresses for the integer array during my execution time using malloc function. I need to get value for this integer array and all the values are added and it is printed. For implementing this dynamic memory allocation, we use 4 functions. Among 4 functions, we have malloc and calloc function. What is the difference between malloc and calloc function? For malloc function, single parameter is passed as function parameter. Okay. So to this malloc function, we need to pass a function parameter which specifies size of memory block need to be allocated. Wherein in case of calloc, to this calloc function, we are going to pass 2 parameters. First one is number of blocks we need to allocate. Then second parameter is size of the block. Okay, that is the basic difference between malloc and calloc function. Single parameter is passed, here 2 parameters are passed. In case of malloc function, it allocates a single large block of memory of specific size and also it returns the starting address. In case of calloc function, n number of memory blocks will be allocated of specific size or the same size. Okay, so here 1 to n number of blocks will be allocated of the size specified and the starting address of the first block will be returned by this calloc function. Okay, so considering which one is faster, malloc function works faster comparing this calloc function. That is the basic difference between malloc and calloc function. Realloc function is used to reallocate the memory allocated. For example, if I use this malloc function parameter is size, a memory block of specified size will be allocated and starting address is returned by this malloc function which is stored in this pointer variable. For example, if the size of the memory block is some 100 bytes. If I want to increment it to be some 200 bytes, is resizing is possible? Definitely resizing is possible in dynamic memory allocation. To resize the size of the memory block which is already allocated by malloc or calloc function, we make use of this realloc function. So to this realloc function, we need to pass as a parameter the starting memory address of the memory block which need to be resized, which is stored in this PTR. Okay, and then new size of the memory block. Okay, so realloc function is used to reallocate the memory without losing its old data. Okay, if I want to reallocate the size of the memory block which is already allocated by malloc and calloc function, the starting address is stored in some pointer variable. We need to pass as a parameter starting address of the memory block which need to be resized. And then second parameter is new size of this memory block. For example, if I want to increment its size from 100 to 200 bytes, 200 bytes is new size which is passed as parameter. Okay, and then free. If I want to deallocate the memory. Okay, so if I want to deallocate the memory address already allocated by this malloc and dealloc function, or if I want to free the memory block which is already allocated, we can make use of this function free. Okay, so starting address of this memory block is SA. If I want to deallocate the memory address, I can make use of this free function. Free function is passed a function parameter which is the starting address of the memory block which we need to free. Okay, the starting memory address is passed as function parameter to this function free. Dynamic memory allocation is used if I want to allocate memory addresses during execution time of my program. Okay, what is the need for my dynamic memory allocation? If I want to allocate memory addresses during execution time or runtime of my program, and also if I want to resize the memory already allocated, I can make use of this dynamic memory allocation. For implementing this dynamic memory allocation, we have used 5 functions. One is malloc and calloc. Malloc and calloc is used to allocate the blocks of memory. Okay, and then realloc is function which is used to reallocate the memory size which is already allocated by malloc and calloc function. And the last function is free. Free is to deallocate the already allocated memory block.